Alright team, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well. In today's video, we've got something slightly different. We've got a glove review video. If you're new here, my name's Conor. I'm a goalkeeper currently playing out in Sweden, and this channel has all things goalkeeping. We talk about my career, show you what I'm doing. We also have some tutorial stuff, and we even have some product reviews, which is what we're doing today. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, helps us out loads, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Come and join us. Anyway, my match gloves for this season. A lot of you guys are heading into the off season, thinking about your next season and thinking about which gloves you're gonna be picking. So I've got my current match gloves right here. I'm gonna show you what they are, tell you what I like about them, what I dislike about them at this moment in time. So let's jump straight into it. So right here we have the KALIAAER XLR8AER 22 model from KALIAAER. These beauties have been my match gloves for the last 6 months maybe, and I absolutely love them. Probably some of my favorite gloves that I've worn in my career so far. So I'm gonna break them open, give you a proper look and show you why I love these gloves. As you guys know, I've worked with KALIAAER for a long time now, and I've worn pretty much every pair of glove that they've brought out, and these are my favorites that they've made so far for a number of different reasons. But before we get into my likes and dislikes, I'm gonna give you a full product spec about what is included in this glove. So the XLR8AER 22 model, it is a negative cut, as you can see. My preferred cut, I like the tight feel around the fingers, nice and close, just feels like an extension of your hand. The latex is 4mm. It is KALIAAER's own Ultra Charge Pro latex, very, very sticky. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But it's on the backhand, which separates this glove from a lot of others because it has the Powerlight 3D print on the back. To the eye, it almost looks like a plastic detailing, but the key behind the print is that it firms up on contact. So when you're going for a punch, for example, on the backhand, it gives you that extra little bit of firmness where it tightens up on contact with the ball, helps you to get distance on the punch before returning to its original state. So it doesn't feel constraining, it doesn't fix your hand in a certain position, gives you that movement that you need. It's got the lock-on wrist entry, which is this half wrist strap across the front, halfway between the strapless models that we're seeing nowadays and that full wraparound strap. I know a lot of people have different preferences, but I really like this half strap. It gives you that extra little bit of security compared to a strapless model, and you can make it pretty tight and secure. And these gloves are going for £50 on the KALIAAER website, which is a very impressive price point if you compare it with other brands like Nike or Adidas, who are charging well over £100 for gloves. To get this level of quality for £50 is very impressive. Now, my likes and dislikes with these gloves. Why have I made these gloves my match gloves? The first thing I like is the look. I love the white and black colorway. There's something so classic about this combination of colors. It really flashes back to kind of old school gloves. Think about Peter Schmeichel's Reusch gloves, for example. I love the cleanliness of that white and black. It goes with so many things. It looks really, really good. And you know that phrase, if you look good, you play good. I enjoy having these on my hands. The second thing that I like about this pair of gloves, I love the lightweight nature. I like my gloves to feel like an extension of my hand. I don't want them to be too bulky or too heavy, but at the same time, I need that protection. I don't want to risk injury by being too lightweight. And this Powerlight model is the one that I've found gets the best combination of those two factors. Nice and lightweight, the negative cut keeps it very streamlined. Powerlight on the backhand is perfect for that extra power when you're punching the ball without adding too much weight. So overall, it definitely ticks the box on that side of things. The third point that I really like about this glove is the durability. And for that, I'm gonna show you an old pair that I have. Bear with me. Now here we have my old pair of match gloves. Exactly the same model, and as you can see, not too much difference with the brand new pair, which is even more impressive because I've worn this pair well over 30 times. I wore this pair for 5 matches, which is my normal kind of rotation before I bring in a new pair of match gloves, and then I've worn them for every single training session since. And given that we're training 5 days a week on very tough AstroTurf as well, the durability has been very, very impressive. You can see a little bit of wear at the top of the palm and on the fingers, but no rips. And the right hand has done a little bit better. Maybe I push off more on my left hand when I'm getting up than I do my right. But as you can see, a lot less wear on the right hand compared to the left, but still Very impressive for well over 30 uses. No damage on the backhand. There's a little bit of damage to the logo, as you can see, but that's pretty rare. That's not happened before. The first release of this model used to be quite tight around the wrist, but KALIAAER definitely fixed that. There's no rip when you're pulling on the wrist, and I'm still getting a very high level of performance out of these in training. So the durability, especially if you keep them clean, look after them like I do, gets a massive tick as well. Now, negative points on the XLR8AER 22. Not so much of a negative, but something that I know some people might not be so happy with. I pre-wash my gloves. So once I take the plastic off the palm, I give them a little rinse through in water, squeeze them out, hang them up in a cool, dry place, and then the next day I will use them for my match. Now what that does, I find, is it gets rid of the soaps in the palm, but what it can do is it can remove that extreme tackiness that you get with a new pair of gloves. So when you put the gloves together and then they really stick to each other as you're pulling apart, which is so popular on social media nowadays, by pre-washing it, you can take away that extreme tackiness. But I think for most goalkeepers that play the position, we understand that the life duration of the gloves is more important than that initial tackiness, which disappears very quickly in all gloves. So if you're just hoping for a glove that sticks together and is very aesthetically pleasing when you pull them apart, that might not be what you find, but you will find that it's a very high level of performance for matches, for training, with contact on the ball over a long period of time, which I find is more important. Another thing, as I said, initially the wrist strap on these gloves were quite tight, but KALIAAER have done a really good job to loosen those up, and I found the new models are much, much better. And then third and finally, this little half strap I know is not for everybody. It doesn't get all the way around, it only comes across the front of the glove, but it gives that full backhand look, which I really like. And as I said before, I don't find that I suffer any loss in terms of wrist security, but I know that some people prefer that full wraparound strap, which this model doesn't give to you. So we've got the gloves here, and as you can see, can't really get anything underneath that wrist strap. Works very well at keeping it nice and tight. I know we've all got different size wrists, we're all different size goalkeepers, but the adjustability on it means there's a lot of support there if you need it, as you can see. Nice and tight. So there we go. But overall, given that I wear these for my matches, for my training sessions, as you've seen, I would really recommend having a look at the XLR8AER 22 if you're looking for a new match pair of gloves. Of course, there's loads of variation over on the KALIAAER website if you fancy something else, if you fancy a different type of cut. If you're a type of keeper that prefers brighter colours, I know they've brought out another fader blaze pack as well, but they're smashing it as always with what they're offering to keepers. So make sure you go and have a look. And remember, if you do fancy some KALIAAER gloves, you can use the discount code O'Keefe, save yourself a little bit of money as well. But I love the company, they're run by keepers for the needs of keepers, and I've absolutely loved wearing them. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let us know down in the comments what other products we should be testing and letting you know about. But we'll see you next Sunday for another video, which will be another Keeping Goals vlog. So we're looking forward to that. But look after yourself, guys. Keep chasing improvement as always, and we'll see you in the next one. So take care, and we'll speak to you in a bit.